Welcome, welcome to Truth is Stranger, where real life is definitely stranger than fiction. Always. I'm Lily, and with me in the studio, as always, is Connor.
Oh, absolutely. Hey guys, I'm Connor. It's so good to have you join us. And in today's episode, okay, so buckle up. Seriously, it involves cats and the CIA and a Cold War mission that honestly, it just sounds like something straight out of a really, really bizarre cartoon.
Yeah, totally. Seriously, when I first stumbled across the story, I was just like, "Wait, no way. This actually happened?" I just couldn't believe it.
But it totally did. It absolutely did. And if you can believe it, it cost the government, well, millions, millions of dollars, like a lot.
Because of course it did. It always does, doesn't it?
Right? So, yeah, this is the wild, wild story of Project Acoustic Kitty. Yep, the CIA's top secret feline spy, or, maybe more accurately, its attempted feline spy.
Yeah. And quick spoiler alert for anyone listening, it really didn't end well for the poor cat. Just putting that out there.
No, no, it really, really didn't. Poor kitty cat.
Okay, so let's kind of set the scene a little bit. It's the 1960s. The Cold War is like in full swing. It's really heating up. And the CIA, they're desperate, they're desperately trying to find like new and innovative ways to spy on the Soviets. They're grasping at straws.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're looking for anything that could give them an edge. And I guess at some point, someone at Langley, and I just imagine this happened after like a really, really long meeting, maybe not enough sleep, a lot of coffee, who knows? But someone, they just kind of lean back and go, hey, what if we used a cat? I mean, like, just hear me out.
Right? Because, when you think about it, obviously cats are like renowned for their incredible trainability, their focus, their unwavering loyalty to mission. I mean, it just makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, right? Like, how many times has your cat ignored you? Just today. Seriously, just like looked you in the eye and then just walked away.
Oh, mine, she's actually probably plotting my death as we speak. I'm pretty sure of it.
Kinda laughs.
I mean, she gives me that look, but no, it's just so absurd. Like of all the animals, they couldn't go with like a pigeon or I don't know, a squirrel, something that maybe isn't gonna just curl up and go to sleep in the middle of a mission.
Exactly. You'd think, right? Like you have all these options and someone's like, no, 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 a cat. A cat is the answer. It defies logic, But this was the 60s, and I guess they were trying everything.
Yeah, I guess so. And you think about like the amount of investment that had to go into this, right? Just the brainstorming sessions alone, like how do we make this feline a spy?
Oh, I'm sure it was it was probably whiteboard after whiteboard. Like, okay, what are the pros of using a cat? They're small, they're quiet, and then what are the cons? And that list just goes on for pages, I'm sure. But still, somehow, it got the green light.
It got the green light. That's the part that absolutely blows my mind. Like someone someone signed off on this. An actual human being with I assume a functional brain was like, "Yeah, Acoustic Kitty. Let's do it."
Yeah, the idea that it passed through multiple levels of bureaucracy and approvals, like, yes, this is a sound investment. We're going to put our resources into this. It's it's just wild.
It truly is. I can't imagine what that pitch meeting was like. Sir, we have an idea. It involves whiskers.
And a distinct lack of obedience, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, desperation, like you said, led to some truly outlandish ideas back then, I guess.
So this is where it gets even crazier, right? Because they actually went ahead with it. The CIA actually launched this project. And the code name for this, if you can believe it, was Acoustic Kitty. Just Acoustic Kitty.
Oh my God, Acoustic Kitty. I mean, just the name itself sounds like a children's book gone terribly, terribly wrong. But yeah, their goal, right? Their goal was to implant a microphone inside a cat surgically. Like, they actually went through with it.
Yeah, so it was basically just turned into like a living, breathing surveillance device. Like Literally, I mean, think about it. A feline James Bond, right? But with absolutely no say in the matter whatsoever, which is the really sad part, you know? They picked the cat and they were like, "You're our spy now."
Like, in the cat, they literally, like, put a microphone in the ear canal, and then, an antenna was, like, woven into its tail, and then there was a transmitter that was just under the skin. So this poor animal was just I mean, it's a cat, first of all, and then it's got all this stuff in it and attached to it.
Yeah, surgically, not like a little vest or a collar. No, no, this was deep.
Yeah. And I can't even imagine because, we just talked about how cats are just not they're not the most obedient creatures, so you've got this poor cat. It's got all this tech embedded in it, and then but it's still, it's still a cat. It gets distracted by, I don't know, a dust bunny or
Oh my God, yes. Well, but the sheer impracticality of it, like you've gone through all this trouble, all these invasive surgeries, and then you're like, okay, now go spy. And the cat's probably just like, meow, I'm gonna go take a nap in the sun.
yeah, or a laser pointer.
Exactly. It's just like you put all this effort in and then you're at the mercy of, a cat's whims. Like, is it going to decide to just wander off? Is it going to chase a butterfly? Is it going to just like stop and groom itself for 20 minutes in the middle of a crucial operation? You just don't know.
You just have no control. And it's like, the CIA, they're famous for their like meticulous planning and their covert operations. And this just feels so incredibly un-CIA, It's just like, it's out there.
It's really out there. I mean, someone had to have been like in that room going, guys, this seems a little ambitious, a little maybe outside of our usual protocols. But clearly they were just like pushing through anyway. I guess the Cold War really made people do some wild things.
They really did. I mean, you got to give them credit for innovation, I guess. Maybe not practicality, but certainly innovation.
Definitely thinking outside the box, way, way outside the box, right into the litter box, I guess. Exactly. And you just wonder, like, how many cats did they go through, Because they couldn't have just, like, done this to one cat and been like, okay, we got it on the first try.
Oh, I'm sure there was like a whole feline secret agent training program somewhere, like little cats, running through obstacle courses. It's absurd to think about.
It truly is. But it happened, which is, like, the craziest part.
So the CIA, they poured, what, like around $20 million into this whole thing? Like just on this one project?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Not even kidding. And, adjusted for inflation, that's like close to $200 million now for a cat.
Oh my, $200 million? Are you serious?
And I just want to say, this was all taxpayer money, like our money, going towards a cat with a microphone in its ear.
Oh, I know, I know. I mean, honestly, that cat probably had a better benefits package than I do or you do. It's wild to think about.
Yeah, probably. Oh my God. Like the audacity to even propose that amount of money for something so inherently flawed. Like, did they just not understand cats at all?
It feels like it, right? It feels like they just thought, "Oh, it's an animal, we can control it." But obviously they clearly hadn't lived with a cat before because
No, clearly not. I just picture the meeting, where someone's like, all right, we need X amount for Project Acoustic Kitty. And then like a budget sheet with feline surgical implants and cat training program. It's beyond belief.
yeah, I can just imagine the like accounting department just looking at that line item and being like, "What is this? Is this a joke? Is this a prank?" But nope, totally legitimate government spending.
Oh my gosh. And um, I keep thinking about how many actual like useful things that money could have gone towards during the Cold War. But no, it was like let's put it on a cat. Let's really invest in this feline spy.
It really does put things into perspective, doesn't it? Like some of the wild projects that were happening behind the scenes. And this one just feels like it's straight out of a satirical movie, but it's real life.
It truly does. It's like you can't make this stuff up. And the fact that they actually got funding for it and then spent it, it's mind-boggling. It really is. So after all these surgeries, right, and like this incredibly expensive setup, they actually had to train the cat.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you can't just like throw a microphone cat out there without, a little bit of schooling.
Right? And I heard, and this is where it gets even more absurd, they actually tried to train it to walk in like a straight line because, cats just do that naturally.
Right? Like my cat walks in a straight line directly towards the food bowl and then directly towards the sunbeam. That's about it.
Exactly. So they're like, okay, we've got this surgically altered feline spy. Now for the critical part, making it walk like a well-behaved dog. I can't even imagine the training sessions. uh,
I really hope there are declassified documents of like cat trainers trying to coerce this poor creature into like a laser maze or something. Just stay in the line, kitty.
Oh my gosh, I bet like Project Acoustic Kitty Phase 1 basic obedience. It defies logic. But okay, so they do all this, right? All this investment, all this training.
Yeah, they've got this cat, presumably, walking sort of straightish. It's ready for its big debut.
Exactly. So the CIA, they're like, all right, this is it. This is our moment, our breakthrough in espionage. They set up its first ever field test.
The grand premiere, the curtain call for Acoustic Kitty.
Plan is to eavesdrop on two Soviet agents, right? They're just sitting there, presumably on a park bench.
Yeah, just, casually chatting, probably about like state secrets and the best borscht recipe.
Exactly. In front of the Russian embassy in D.C. So like highly visible, but also, prime location for secret squirrel stuff.
Oh yeah, like they're probably feeling all secure, having a little chat in the open. They'd never suspect a cat, right?
Never. So the stage is set. They've got the surveillance band ready. They've got the cat. The agents are there. The stakes are, as high as they can be for a cat.
Yeah, for a cat, this is like peak performance pressure.
Oh my God, I know. So they drive the cat to the park. They're in the surveillance van, right? All the analysts are probably like on the edge of their seats watching the monitors.
This is the moment. All those millions of dollars, all that training, it's all riding on this one tiny feline.
Yeah, they're holding their breath. They've got the door open. They gently place the cat down onto the ground.
Oh no. The second, literally seconds after its paws touch the ground, this highly trained, surgically enhanced super spy cat, it just took off.
And then what? Like, what happens? Did it, like, majestically strut towards the Soviet agents?
Worse. Much, much worse. It bolted directly straight into oncoming traffic.
Yes, and within, like, a heartbeat.
It was hit by a cab.
No!
I am not. Bam. Just like that. Mission over. Acoustic Kitty's espionage career abruptly and tragically cut short by a DC cab.
Oh my God.
No way. You were kidding me.
Oh my gosh. I shouldn't laugh because, feel really bad for the poor cat, but also, like, what did they expect? It's a cat.
Right? The sheer irony. You spend millions, you put this poor creature through surgery, you try to train it to walk in a straight line, and then it's just like, boop, straight into traffic, game over.
Pretty much. And the poor operatives in the van. Can you imagine their faces? They're probably like, wait, where's our $200 million cat? Oh no.
That's like something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. I can just picture like a giant splat sound effect.
Retrieve the cat and the microphone. We need the microphone. Oh man, that's horrible, but it's also like peak government absurdity.
It truly is. And, they had to like retrieve the body, presumably, to, get their equipment back. Just a total and utter disaster.
Shockingly, after spending all that money, putting it through all that, I mean, I guess it took one cab hit for them to finally realize, oh yeah, untrainable, unpredictable animal, not a good spy.
So, like, after that, I'm assuming they were like, you know what, maybe cats aren't our ideal operatives for national security.
I'm just picturing the debriefing meeting. Like, so what happened? Well, sir, it ran into traffic and a cab hit it. Okay, Project Acoustic Kitty is officially terminated.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it didn't even get to hear a single state secret, not one.
No, it just heard the honk of a cab.
And maybe a frustrated cab driver, that's it. So that was the grand debut, the one and only field test for Project Acoustic Kitty.
Exactly. It's just so mind-bogglingly obvious in hindsight, isn't it? But they were so desperate.
Unbelievable. What an epic failure, but also what a completely predictable one.
So, I guess eventually the whole project just gets shelved, right? Like they didn't try again with another poor cat?
No, thankfully. I mean, after that rather dramatic first test, the project was pretty much immediately scrapped. It just never got off the ground after that one incident.
And the official verdict, Lily, when the documents were finally declassified, decades later, the CIA's final report on Project Acoustic Kitty was, and I quote, not practical.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, okay, clearly this is not working.
Not practical, you think? Like that's their big takeaway? Yeah, turns out we can't make a cat a spy.
Right? I mean, talk about an understatement of the century. So yeah, the documents confirming this whole bizarre saga, they only came out much later. So for years, this was just, a crazy urban legend or something someone whispered about.
But now we know, like for real, our government actually tried to turn a cat into a living, breathing wiretap. A cat.
Yeah. And you just have to wonder, right? Like, somewhere out there must be a very, very confused vet tech who, like, maybe stumbled upon this cat's medical file at some point.
Oh my gosh, yes. Imagine, like, you're just doing routine archiving and you pull out a file and it's like, subject, feline, purpose, covert surveillance, implants, one microphone, one antenna, one transmitter.
Like, wait, what? Is this like a joke entry? What is this implant? What implant? What implant?
Or they thought it was some kind of like really elaborate joke on the new interns.
I bet they still have nightmares, or they just think they completely misread something.
So I guess what's the big takeaway here, Lily? I mean, besides don't trust a cat with national security, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Like, welcome to the CIA. Here's the file on Acoustic Kitty. Good luck with that.
Right? I think it's that desperate times they really do create, very, very weird decisions. And also, just to reiterate, they're not spies. They're just not.
Unless they're spying for themselves, which honestly, I think mine is. Like, just on me.
That's pretty much it for this episode of Truth is Stranger, folks. What a wild ride.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, absolutely. If you enjoyed this ridiculously true story, please, do us a favor. Subscribe, leave us a review. That would really help us out. And share it with someone who loves cats or, the CAA. Or both.
Or both. Definitely both. And make sure to tune in next week because we've got another bizarre true story that'll seriously, have you saying that cannot be real. There's just no way.
But it totally is.
So it's goodbye from the both of us, and we hope to catch you next week for another installment. Take care of you. Thank you.